What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we have a Darumaka evolution team. So what I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using Darumaka, Darmanitan, the Zen mode, Darmanitan, and all the Galar forms as well to make up the complete team of 6. If you guys haven't checked me out on Twitch, make sure you do. This is where I do all my live streams, including today's battles and a lot of other stuff. Thank you to the people who've already followed me over there. We're getting lots of people there, which is absolutely awesome. All right, let's get into today's videos. I've got 2 battles, and they were really, really good, especially using such a difficult team as this one. Now, with this evolution teams, usually they have a lot of weaknesses, so the battles they have to do are quite a large amount. All right, so the first battle we got is against Stolly. He's got a Drifblim, or it might be Stally, I'm not sure. I'm reading that one as Stolly. All right, we got Darumaka as the lead. Let's go over what this set is. This is a hustle set. We've got Flare Blitz, U-Turn, Superpower, and Zen Headbutt. This one is a max health and max attack set. We've got a Phantom Force coming from the Drifblim here. It's going to be a physical set. Now, it's going to disappear for a turn run, and it's going to have a Power Herb. So it's going to spank me on my little Darumaka, and it doesn't actually take me out, which is pretty good due to that max health. So now I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz, and Flare Blitz misses due to the hustle ability. So I'm in a pretty bad spot now because I'm not exactly what you call fast at the moment, and I don't really want to swap into my other Pokemon at the same time. Now, we've got an Acrobatics coming from the Drifblim. That's going to be Stab, and it's going to be double base power too, because the actual, we got the Unburden and no item doubling the base power, and of course the speed of Drifblim too. So this is bad. Bringing in my Darumaka Galar region now. So we got a little bit more of a faster set here. We got max speed, max attack, still hustle as well, Avalanche, Ice Punch to get some really nice base power. So I went for the Avalanche here. We got the Acrobatics. That's obviously going to take me down to my Focus Sash. That was my item. And now I can hit the Drifblim with a very, very powerful Avalanche or Ice Punch. I decided to go for the Ice Punch there. Either move would have taken it out. And Drifblim, well, that little balloon is going to fall out of the sky. So I guess a reasonable start to the battle. I would have loved for Darumaka. No, I'm getting my Darumakas mixed up. My Darumaka to actually take it out in one shot. So you may have guessed I've got a full shiny Drifblim team, so you may not see this one ever again. So this one's actually this is definitely against a fan on my during my Twitch stream as well. So we got another Ice Punch here. Obviously they're going to live there due to the Endure, and they're going to be enduring that and getting a Weakness Policy up at the same time. When it sort of came out and used Endure, I was like, yeah, it's probably going to have Weakness Policy. Now I'm on 1 health. There's not much I can do apart from plug in my merch. I can go for just a Rock Tomb here. The other move I had was Facade as well, in case someone went for a Will-O-Wisp or like a Toxic, right? So we got a Thunderbolt coming from the Drifblim. That's going to take my Darumaka out there, and I've got, you know, I've still got 4 Pokemon, but these are probably the weakest Pokemon on my team. When they hit, though, and had a chance to hit, they hit really, really hard. So we're going to be going into Darmanitan now. Now, Darmanitan, this is my Darmanitan Zen mode. And now, I love how Zen mode actually changed in the Galar and then obviously in the normal form too. So I thought, okay, I want to go Dynamax here and see what it can do. Now, with this one, this is a special attacker. Now, with Zen mode on Darmanitan, not Galar Darmanitan, normal Darmanitan, it starts off very physical, right? It's a very good physical attacker. But when Zen mode comes into effect, right, it actually turns into a special attacker, which is like super, super cool. Anyway, so I remember my Dynamax counties, so let's get it. And we got the Shadow Ball there hitting me really, really hard. So if I didn't Dynamax then, I was toast. Speaking of toast, the Drifblim is going to get one shot at there, and that is going to go down. We've still got 4 more Drifblims to, contend with here. We got the Drought up on the field too, and we got the Sun up. I always call it Drought. Same thing. Sun's out, guns out, and we got the Zen mode kicking in there. And man, this is probably the first time you've ever seen a Zen mode Darmanitan like this, really, really big. All right, so we got another Drifblim coming up. This is Drifblim number 3. Now I can go for, I've got a powerful Max Flare coming off Fire Blast. The Flame Charge in this set was just to boost its speed, right? Because its speed actually drops, right? So its special attack increases and its speed drops. And, you know, normal Darmanitan's attack is high and its speed high. So it sort of does like a 180 on all sets. So we got obviously another, like, their entire team is living on 1 health at the moment. So we got some a Lychee Berry boost there, which is interesting. It's going to be a physical set. Now, I've got a +1 in speed, but even with a +1 in speed, I'm not super, super fast. Now, the item I've got in this Darmanitan is Salac Berry. So the idea was for me to get, you know, a Flame Charge up and then Salac Berry to kick in. Now, Salac Berry is going to kick in here, so Darmanitan is going to eat that berry and get another +1 in speed. So now it's got +2 in speed, so it's not so slow anymore. So firing out some fire from my PP, and Drifblim is going to go down. We've taken half the team out, which is pretty good, and I've got my my Darmanitan Zen mode is all set up at the moment. I'm actually sort of like trying to look at Darmanitan. Is it actually moving even like a tiny little bit? I'm not sure. My eyes are burning. It's sort of like Sudowoodo, I think Sudowoodo, like this is true. I think Sudowoodo actually moves more than Darmanitan Zen mode. Okay, so we got the fourth Drifblim coming out here. I'm going to go for a Fire Blast in the sun, and that Drifblim is going to get absolutely dominated there. This is actually a modest nature, so we're going for real power in the special attack here. Now we've got two more Drifblim coming out here. Well, they actually haven't Dynamax yet, so that may be their way to get around my Darmanitan Zen mode at the moment. So we got another, I'm going to see if I can say this name. Okay, let me start again. Drifzapelli. Did I do it? Did I do it right, guys? Roast me in the comments if it did. You know what? It's going to happen anyway. All right, so we got the Dynamax Drifblim here. I just went for my Fire Blast again because, you know, that's my most strongest move. I had Grass Knot on there in case there was any, like, you know, Rock-type Pokemon and stuff. Also, I forgot to mention that the typing of the Darmanitan Zen mode changes as well, so it gets that Psychic type, which is pretty cool. All right, so we got a Max Guard from Drifblim here. Not really sure why they did that. Maybe to stall my Sun Up. That was pretty much the only reason that I can think of here. And the Sunlight is going to fade. So that's definitely the reason they did that, right? So my Fire Blast is not going to be hitting as hard anymore. So I can go for Fire Blast. Also, I had Substitute on this thing too. Say if I wanted to get quickly down to my Zen mode or my Salac Berry, I could do that as well. It was sort of like a double effect doing them. So go for that Fire Blast. Look how much damage that did without the Sun. That's crazy. So now we got the Drifblim going for the Max Lightning there on Darmanitan. And Darmanitan is going to go down. But that's half my team gone. But man, this is such a fun team to use. Like, you use all the Darumaka line and the Zen modes too. So pretty much my goal here was to try and get the Zen mode, both the Zen modes to kick off in one battle so I could use all of them. So now we're going to go into my next Darmanitan. This was an Assault Vest. Yawn. Struggle Darmanitan with Guerrilla Tactics. So I was kind of curious to see how much a Guerrilla Tactics struggle would do, and I wanted to give it a go on Darmanitan, right, for a little bit of a fun set. I love the move Struggle too. So going for that Struggle, look at the amount of damage that did. Like, that was a lot. Like, one more hit would have taken Drifblim out, like, easy peasy. So we got the Max Phantasm there. I'm going to get hit by a teapot, a chair, and I'm not sure else what it was. But regardless, it actually doesn't take me out, which is pretty good. So it's going to drop my defense. I can go for a Struggle this turn, and I can take the Drifblim out. But unfortunately, when you use Struggle, you have that big, massive 25% recall there. So we're actually going to be able to take both of each other out, unless they swap out, I guess. Now, they still have one more Drifblim here, but I don't think they really want to swap into a Struggle, right? Because it will actually do a lot of damage, surprisingly, to like a Pokemon that's non-Dynamax and, you know, neutral hit. So my Drifblim's going to go down. That's the fifth balloon, man. This is like balloon. Is it like a balloon day in the world, like where you fly lots of balloons? No, I'm sure there is. So that's two of my Pokemon down. And now I'm going to bring in my Darmanitan. Now, this was this Darmanitan was a sheer force set, so I thought to go for something a little bit different here. So we got Work Up, Fire Blast, Focus Miss, and Solar Beam. Now, Solar Beam was there when I was in Dynamax, so I could go for like a nice, powerful grass move. If it wasn't in Dynamax, I sort of had to wait for a charge. So going for Fire Blast again, and Fire Blast does some really, really good damage there. We got a Shadow Ball coming from the Drifblim. Now it's like, okay, if I miss this next Fire Blast, I won't be able to use the Darmanitan Zen mode, right? Because if I bring that in, I'll probably be able to take it out. So what I did, right, is I swapped out here and went into the other Darmanitan, which was the Galar Darmanitan, because we want the Galar Darmanitan Zen mode as well. So it's like, okay, they'll hit me with a Shadow Ball, right? That'll put me in range and activate Zen mode, and then I'll be in Zen mode, right? I just lived that one on 18 health, man. That one popped off hard with the Flame Orb and Flare Boost. That was a very, very big boost on Drifblim there. Okay, so Zen mode is going to kick in here. We've got so many little different, I mean, essentially it's like 8 different looks of Pokemon here. So we got, I've got in this one, I made this set really, really bad. So we got Belly Drum, Flame Wheel, Ice Fang, and Tackle. I can't use normal gem Tackle, so all I can use is the Ice Fang against this Drifblim. And Ice Fang misses. It's a disaster. And now we got Shadow Ball taking me out. So I'm like, dang, this is not good. So all I've got left now is my Darmanitan from before. So I was like, okay, well, I expected Ice Fang to land and Fire Blast submit. It's not the other way around. So bringing in my Sheer Force Darmanitan again, and this has got Life Orb as the item too. So obviously when you got Sheer Force, Life Orb doesn't take any health away, so it gives you extra boost as well. This is max speed and max special attack too. And the thing about it is it doesn't really hit very hard, like even with the Life Orb and stuff like that. So go for the Fire Blast, and the last balloon is going to be fizzled out. Man, that was a crazy team there. Hope you guys enjoyed this first battle. It's not often you see six Drifblims in one battle. Man, that was a tongue twister. Say 6 Drifblims in one battle 6 times. All right, next battle we got, this one was also on my Twitch. This was against SNG. Now, I'm not sure if this person was actually part of the chat or they were random during stream. So what I do during streams, right, I'll be like, yo, guys, this is the code for the battle. You know, get in, first in, best dressed, and that sort of thing. And then I'll do, like, the next one will be like, I'll do against, like, anyone. So anyone could possibly, you know, verse me, that sort of thing. All right, we got a Roserade leader. So I went for the Avalanche on Darumaka, hoping for a little bit of better luck this time on the Avalanche. Now, Avalanche and Hustle actually hit really, really hard on these little Darumukas. So I'm going to get Poison here, so that's a little bit of a shame. And Avalanche misses. Like, not a battle went by when these Darumukas, right, they would miss. Like, every single battle, one of them would miss. Even 100% actually moves. That's sort of like the, you know, the trade-off for power. Great power comes great responsibility, guys. Remember that. Remember that. All right, so we got that Venoshock here. It's going to be a Venoshock combo. That's going to be double base power, and there's no way Darumaka would have lived that one in a million years. So down that goes, unfortunately. Now, I guess I could bring in my next Darumaka here. Now, I was like, no, I'm going to bring in Darmanitan and just take this thing out. I don't want to sacrifice my other one like I did last time. So I was thinking about going for a work up here because I could have a good opportunity to go for that. Or I was like, nah, just toast this thing with Fire Blast. It should do a decent amount of damage. So go for that Fire Blast there on the Roserade, and Roserade is not going to go down due to its horrible special attack. Now, this is really cool. Roserade goes for a Worry Seed. Now, Worry Seed actually gets rid of your ability and changes it into Insomnia. So essentially, right, my Darmanitan is going to be like hitting weaker. Plus, Life Orb is actually going to be showing damage now because I no longer have Sheer Force. So that's like a really, really cool thing you never see, like hardly any of the time. Like Worry Seed is just something you don't ever see, especially in singles, right? Okay, so go for that Fire Blast, and Roserade is going to get fizzled out too. And as you can see now, you can see my Life Orb damage. So Worry Seed's a very cool move. You can use that in doubles and stuff to get rid of, like, you know, bad abilities and stuff. You know, the slaking and stuff like that. But in singles, it's very, very rare to see that being used. Okay, so we got the Cola Mountain Dew coming here. I'm going to go for the Focus Mist on that. It's not going to be very powerful. Like, without Sheer Force, it doesn't hit that hard. And, you know, I probably would have nearly taken that out. Unless it was sturdy, of course. I believe it wasn't sturdy. So we got the Power Gem there, and Darmanitan is going to go down. So this is bad, because Rock-type Pokemon actually rumble this team, right? There's nothing I can really do to them unless, you know, I land Focus Mist and stuff. So we got the Darmanitan coming in. I can go for the Struggle, for the Struggle there. Now, what I did right is I had a status move and I held Assault Vest, and that automatically made me struggle, right? So that's how I'm using this at the moment. So unfortunately, the Struggle is not going to take it out, and I'm actually getting swept by a special Gigalith at the moment, people. Only on PIMPNITE's channel you see this action. All right, so I've got 3 more Pokemon left, right? And I'm starting to think I've got to take this out, right? Because, you know, I'm going to get wrecked otherwise. So we're going to go into Darumaka here. I can go for like a U-turn. That'll be enough to take it out, like, you know, pretty easy, right? So, unfortunately for me, the Gigalith outspeeds me and takes out my Darumaka as well. My team is getting absolutely bodied at the moment. And down goes Darumaka again, man. That thing got bodied so many times. So, I've got 2 more Pokemon left. This is getting dangerous, people. So, into my Darmanitan now. This was my Darmanitan Zen mode. So I was thinking, should I go for Dynamax here like I did last time? Like, a lot of the battles I actually used Darmanitan with the Zen mode, right? So we got the Flame Charge there. That is probably just going to be enough to take out the Gigalith and give me a +1 in speed, which is going to be nice. Now, that one was a max speed and max special attack set, if I didn't mention that already, Modest Nature. So next Pokemon coming out is the Slumber, which is, man, I nearly forgot Mashana's name for a second there. Have you had that before? Like, you know a Pokemon really well, right? And then you look at them and you just cannot think of their name, like, for a good solid 30 seconds or a minute. But you play Pokemon like your entire life. Or maybe that just happens in general to me. So, I could go for another Flame Charge to boost my speed, or I can just go for a Substitute and get into that range for Darmanitan Zen mode and do some damage, right? So going to the Substitute there, just trying to put myself in the range there. And now we got Mashana going for a Calm Mind. I was like, oh no, this is not good because I'm not going to do a lot of damage to this thing already has a lot of health as it is. It's already got like really decent bulk. And if it's got the moveset that I think it's got, that I know it's got, I'm going to be in deep doo-doo. So I thought, okay, I might just go for the Dynamax here and then go for the Max Flare and put the Sun on the field, right? Because that'll boost up all my Fire type moves. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm not really in my Zen mode, so my special attacking stats haven't reverted to, the special attacking ones there. They're still on the, the physical ones, which aren't that good because, I've only got Flame Charge, right? And I've got no EVs in attack, so it's not going to be doing much damage at all. So I was like, okay, if I go into this mode, then I get hit by a pretty powerful attack coming from Mashana. I was guessing they were either going to go for a Psychic move like Stored Power or something along those lines. Usually I've seen Stored Power on the Calm Mind sets. Okay, so going for that big old attack there. It puts the Sun on the field. It doesn't do a lot of damage there. And now we got another Calm Mind from the Mashana. So it's like, okay, they can probably set up Calm Minds indefinitely here. And they've probably got Moonlight as well, which is going to be a really big bad thing. So wasn't sure what I was going to do at the moment. So, okay, I'm just going to keep attacking this thing, hope for a crit. And hopefully, they attack me so it can put me in the range of Zen mode, right? So going for another Max Flare there. Like I said, Max Flare and the Flame Charge probably would have done around the same damage because I didn't have any EVs anyway. So we got the Stored Power there. Darmanitan just lives, which is amazing there. And it's going to eat its Sallow Brain. Now this is going to pop me into my Zen mode again. So now my stats are going to revert. So no longer am I going to be a physical attacker. I'm going to be a special attacker and my speed is dropped, right? So now I can hit it with a much more powerful Max Flare, in the sun there. So it's going to do a lot more damage than it did before. I'm not saying it was going to take it out, right? But as you can see, the damage there was like a significant boost from last time. So another Stored Power and Darmanitan is going to go down. But the good thing about this is now that Mashana isn't a fast Pokemon. It's very, very slow. And it's in range for me to actually take it out too before it uses like Moonlight or something. So we're in a desperate situation here. I've got one more Pokemon left and they've got 5. So this is a 1v5 at the moment. So into the big boy here, I've got Darmanitan. This is my Belly Drum set. I was like, okay, I've got it, this is my only opportunity to go for the normal gem tackle. So I popped that normal gem tackle as hard as I could, hoping to take out the Mashana here. And boy, does it take it out. The Slumber goes down. They must have been pretty salty about that. Okay, so we got 3 more Pokemon. Sorry, 3 more Pokemon. Why did I say that? 5 for? I meant 4. Okay, so I was like, I got to get a Belly Drum up here, right? Can I get the Belly Drum up against this opponent? Will I have the chance? So, next Pokemon we got is the Seeking. Seeking good time versus a tackle normal gym Darmanitan. So I can go for Belly Drum. I was like, I'm going to take the risk. Let's go for the Belly Drum and see what's going to go on. Now, I know that Seeking, if it has any water type moves, they'll be powered down by the sun. And I might be able to get a lip here. So go for the Belly Drum there. That's going to put me in the range of Zen mode. And now we got the Seeking going for the waterfall there. And I live that waterfall pretty nicely there. So that's giving me a +6 in attack. Now, the only thing about this set is I did give it, like, mean moves. Like, the best move it's got on this one is, like, Ice Fang and Flame Wheel, right? And Tackle's just, straight up mean. Now, I didn't have my normal gem, right? So I couldn't go for a Tackle. I knew that Seeking would not go down to a Tackle without normal gems. It's like, okay, what do I do here? Do I go for a Flame Wheel or do I go for the Ice Fang? Like, Ice Fang could miss. And, I didn't want to replay it as the last battle because that was, like, already close enough as is. So I actually thought like a long while about this. Like the chat was screaming at me to go for a tackle. Like they were demanding. I was like, no, it's not going to take it out. I need a crit. I don't have normal gem. And I was just bringing up the damages there. So I decided to go for the Ice Fang in the end against the Seeking. Because I mean, after all, it is stab. I've got +6 and Seeking is going to get chomped there. And that is down. So that's good. I mean, if it was any other Pokemon that like a little bit more bulky than Seeking, I definitely don't think it would have taken it out. So we got the Golurk lurking into this battle. Once again, I can go for the Ice Fang and take this out. But if, once again, if Ice Fang does miss, like I could be in a bit of trouble there as well. I can't use Tackle. It's a Ghost type, unfortunately. So go for the Ice Fang again. It's going to land on the Golurk. I was hoping and praying for no Focus Sash. And that one is down as well. One more Pokemon too. It's finally come down to I guess a 1v1 here. And we've got the Rapidash. Now, if you remember throughout this whole battle, they have not Dynamax yet, so they can go for the Dynamax. Now, once again, my Twitch stream chat, that was screaming for me to go for Tackle. Like, they were demanding the Tackle against the Dynamax Pokemon. Like, guys, it's not going to take it out, even at +6. So, I don't even think, like, if someone wants to do the damage calc, right, out of a nature, right, tackle a normal gem. I don't think it would have taken a Rapidash out. Like, even if, like, say the Rapidash was just pure sweeper, max speed, max speed, max special attack, or max speed, max attack rate. If someone wants to do those damage calcs, they can, but I definitely believe it wouldn't have taken it out. So go for the Flame Whale, and Rapidash is going to go down there. And that, my friends, is the game. 2 really cool battles, and I versed some pretty cool teams, especially that first one in the first battle. Don't go away, there's a bonus battle at the end, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.